What's happening, everybody out there on YouTube? Bryce and Michael RC here. How are you guys doing on this Saturday evening? I see everybody's already getting in the chat, chatting it up. Hello to everybody out there. Let me go through and do my thing that I have to do real quick. Let me look at these guys. I should already have this ready. Quick shout out to my members: Linda W, 1956, Carla Jean, Kristen Elevation, Amanda Z3W. I think I've seen Amanda in here already. Sherry Creech, Acme Stitches, King Robbie 67, the guy who just got our giveaway, the channel giveaway. Shannon Cat and Fun Size Lady. Fun Size Lady is the very first member on this new membership scale. And anybody out there, you can become a member if you'd like. It's only $1.99 in some states. We discussed it last week. I guess some people were having trouble and it was $2.99 for some reason. So choose to if you want to. If you become a member, you automatically get 5 entries in the Denture Rescue giveaway. So you get an advantage in that. And all the money from the memberships gets put into a side pot. If you didn't know, if you haven't been here on a Saturday, it gets put into a side pot, and that money gets selected. I select somebody who's been here a lot, who joins on Saturdays, who is helpful to the channel, and everybody gets to know them. And I completely forgot last week to say who I wanted to be the next one. So we're not going to do it this month because my next YouTube paycheck is basically going to be what we're using as a family to go on vacation. So I'm not going to be able to do it this month, but the month after is when I'm going to try to get all that sorted. But King Robbie guessed it. The one person that I want to raise money for right now and help out from the channel, give you guys a chance to help out too, would be Fun Size Lady. She's not on here right now. I haven't seen her on here right now, but she is been awesome. I mean, I don't know how many times I've asked questions on here and about technology and all sorts of different stuff, and she is amazing at getting in there. Jumps in. She'll answer your guys' questions before I do. I've said it many a times. She's awesome. So she's usually here every single Saturday. She's usually one of the first people, and she was the first one on the new membership thing. And I would like to pay it forward. And after Robbie, giving to Robbie and the whole channel helping out to give King Bob or King Rob a set of Now Dentures, I want to do the same thing for Fun Size Lady. So I think that would be amazing. So the way that you guys can help out is you can go to Cash App, $ Bryce and Michael RC, and donate anything you want to. Just put it on there what you're donating for, and become a member. Those are the two ways. And once we get up to about $265, then I pay the last $100 out of my own pocket, and we pay it forward. So how are you guys doing tonight? How's everybody doing? I guess I should read some of these, huh? We got a new member. Look at that. Topeka PC. Awesome. Thank you for joining the membership. You're amazing. Every membership, I mean, I'm not making money off of this. This is only started. The only reason the memberships have been started is so we can try to raise money for one of the subscribers, one of the channel members, somebody that's here helping out the channel. I just want to give back. Robbie's whole thing was he's left me a comment that just touched me, and that gave me the idea for this whole thing, and we ended up raising the money for him, and it didn't take very long either. I mean, there was some very generous people that donated on that one, and then, I mean, it was like within a month, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, that we got it all raised and got them, so it was pretty cool. Let's see, I think I forgot one. Let me check this real quick. Yeah, I did. Did I? No, I didn't. If I forgot you as a member, I apologize. I know that I'm not very good with this thing. And now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Shannon Cat. Did I already say Shannon Cat? She's the one who she's got the higher level, so she's got a bigger membership. That definitely helps out a ton. So many say you're doing better than last week, huh? Let's see. Mike Kane says Shepherd's Voice dentist calls that a hot tooth. Oh, don't tell me you're in pain, Shepherd's Voice. That's horrible. The worst thing in the world is tooth pain. Worst thing in the world. So let's see. Let me go through here and see if I can scale up. Remember, guys, go up to the top where it says top chat and just click on live chat, and you'll be able to see everybody instead of just the top chat. Sometimes it cuts some of it out. Sometimes it does get fairly busy in here, and it'll put just the top ones on. You can also leave, if you don't want to go to Cash App and you don't want to donate on Cash App, you can also leave a super chat, any amount that you want to. The super chats, the memberships, and the Cash App all go towards that channel giveaway. Gives everybody else a chance to donate and help give a pair of these to somebody. And then once she gets hers, we'll move on to we'll pick the next person. I think the next one I'm gonna get, I'm gonna do like a live thing with my members only, and I'm gonna go through and see who wants to vote on picking something out for somebody. So I'm surprised I haven't seen Fun Size in here today. Make sure you like and subscribe too. Oh, the image that I put on here, 10,000 subscribers. I never thought that I would get 10,000 subscribers, and I wanted to grow this channel organically. If you see in the picture, there's drones, there's golf clubs, there's tattoo guns, there's 3D printing. I did so much stuff on this channel, so many things. I love making videos, and I love showing people how to do stuff, showing people how to fix their things, showing people how to make stuff, like all sorts of different things. Sorry, I just got a notification that threw me off. Anyways, I started out with like DJI drones, moved on to like mini quads, moved on to 3D printing, then built a whole bunch of 3D printed stuff like an Iron Man suit and all sorts of things. Went back to mini quads, did some golf videos, did tons of reviews for different companies and stuff. And I've made a lot of videos. I even did some smelting at one point, but those videos, that's a very niche crowd of people, and they literally will get like 1,000 views right off the bat, and then they won't do anything ever again. And I went through and I just was like, yeah, I don't really want these on here, so I just deleted them all off. I like to go through and clean up my channel every now and then, and stuff that really isn't getting very many views and stuff, I just take them out. Let's see. It says, can everyone else see the video? Can you not see the video? What's happening? Oh, okay. I'm just trying to read through your guys' stuff. If it's not concerning me, if it's not like a question to me or an interaction with me, then I love how this live chat usually goes, and a lot of you guys have really gotten to know each other pretty well. Minnie's on here a lot, Southern Gal, Shepherd's Voice. There's a lot of people, and they just get to know each other throughout the live stream. And a lot of times I'm trying to read through these to catch up to see if there's any questions or anything like that, because that's what this live stream was initially set up for, is because I figured there'd be a ton of questions about the Now Dentures and how to make them and stuff like that. And you guys have really gotten to know each other and just share with each other like crazy. So if you catch me just kind of reading and I'm not responding to them, I'm just kind of reading your guys' interactions. So that sounds horrible. Kristen Elevation says, show me how to fix my Now Dentures so they work. I have no idea or talent to figure this out. I mean, that's kind of a loaded thing. All I can really do is I've got 2 how-to videos, and if you follow them along and take your time and have patience, that's kind of like the whole thing. Um, I'm not sure how if you've have you like, did you mess them up? Like, what's going on with them? Like, where did you go wrong? Let's start there. Shepherd said, all of the dentists did tell me that I was tougher than any man he had ever had in his chair. Has a non-member ever won a giveaway? Yes. We didn't have memberships on the other giveaway, but we did have an opportunity to put in extra. With another video, we had opportunity to get a second giveaway entry in. So this is the first time, because we've got 2 pair that we're giving away. This is the first time that I've just I really love the idea of giving these out as much as we can, and so I wanted to have an incentive set up to where the channel could have a chance to actually help another person out. And so the membership thing, as a thank you to you for being a member and helping raise money for these other people, I'm offering an extra 5 votes as a member. It's not saying those 5 votes are going to get you anything. I mean, it could still be somebody with 1 in, easily. I had a hot tooth once. I think I told you guys about that, where I went in and my whole face was swollen and had a really bad tooth pain, and he must have just needle after needle trying to get that lidocaine in, just over and over and over and over and over, and just couldn't get it numbed. And in fact, he ended up hitting that. You got a vein in here, and he ended up hitting that vein, and like, lidocaine has epinephrine in it, so my heart started racing. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. But anyways, we ultimately decided just go ahead and do what you can do, and he tried to do a root canal on it, and that was the worst decision I've ever made in my life. It was pure torture. Like, I had to basically go, you have to stop. You just have to stop. We're not doing this anymore. Like, I tried to tough it out, but it was horrible. A hot tooth is a hot mess. Like, it sucks. Let's see. Kristen says, I've cut too much away because there is so much extra material. May have ruined them, so I'm using Easy Denture, but really want to get the Now Denture. So when you say you cut too much away, let's do this. These were the last ones that I made live. When you cut too much away, did you cut the heat and mold material, or did you accidentally cut into the acrylic? The acrylic's really hard to cut, and you got to have some strength to cut into it. So as long as the teeth are there and the acrylic's there, you can add that material back to it. So as soon as you get the Now Denture malleable, and then you get your extra pieces that you cut off in the boiling hot water and get it malleable too, and you can just add it right back to it. Smush it in there, smush it together, and then basically you can start over. So make sure that acrylic, as long as the acrylic and the teeth are still there, I mean, it's not ruined. You can, I made a video, and you can go back to that, where I take all of the heat mold material off of it, and all I have is the teeth and the acrylic, and then I put a whole new batch of heat mold material on it. You may need to go back and watch that video, because then you can kind of see how the heat and mold attaches to the acrylic, and then how to actually take that and redo the whole thing. So as long as you didn't cut into the acrylic, which even if you cut the back part of the acrylic, as long as the teeth are still here attached to this acrylic here, you should be good to go. I mean, it's just a matter of taking what you cut off in the heat and mold material and just re-adding that to the existing heat and mold material whenever it becomes malleable. Shepherd's Voice says, I got immediate dentures and have had issues with them from day one. It's been several years now. I don't eat much with them because of the issues. If I don't win the giveaway, we'll try to buy some. Best you can do is start saving up. I wouldn't count on a giveaway. I mean, you could always win. You could always win. But I wouldn't count on it. I'd start saving. I mean, that's why I tell everybody, don't count on it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's going to be one, and last time we had over 270 some entries in the last one, so it really wasn't all that much. But who knows, Shepherd? You're one of my really active people. Minnie's one of my really active people. I've got several really active people on here that I see just about every Saturday, and you never know. After Fun Size Lady, maybe you'll be the next one we decide as a channel to give one to. You know, who knows? Kristen says yes, and now I can't get the heat and mold material back to work for me. I guess I don't know what that means. As long as you've got boiling hot water, it should work. I mean, it works up to, I mean, you can do it. I've done them 40, 50, 60 times. Just get the water boiling hot, and you can get it malleable towards where you can move it around and stuff. So you get the extra material malleable along with your denture malleable, and you just add it back to it, mush it together kind of like Play-Doh, and then start putting it back together. Without seeing it, I'm grasping for straws. I'm guessing on, you know, what it looks like, where it is, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a loaded big question, like a broad question of just how do I fix my thing? You know what I mean? It's hard to answer a question like that. I agree with you, Anthony. It would be nice if Now Denture would sell extra heat and mold material. And that's something that they told me they're working on, because I did suggest that to them the last time that I emailed them and told them they should get a repair kit put together so that you could go onto their website and just buy a repair kit so you can get extra material. I even suggested it be shaped in the exact way that it comes in. You know how the denture comes and then it has the heat and mold material on top of it in a specific shape. If they just continued that shape so you could get it malleable and just place it right on top and start going, better than the easy denture process that I showed you guys in that one video where you have to kind of stretch it along and add it into the ridges and stuff. Even if they just gave you a wad of the material, it would be nice. It would be very nice. Yeah, Mary, it can always be repaired. Always. I mean, I've done mine so many times, even after a year. Because the first year your gums shrink like crazy, and when I first got mine put in and I used the Now Dentures, I wore them for over a year, and I constantly would put them back in the boiling hot water, remold them, reshape them, put them back in. It's just, and the best part is if you do little bits at a time. So a lot of people do it all in one big motion like I show you on the video, but I did show you guys in this last video how you can heat up just small sections, and so you can put it in your mouth in the small areas where it may not feel that comfortable. You can take like a little bit of like a measuring cup and start just pouring water on it over and over again until that heat builds up and it makes that one section malleable, and then you can kind of just go section by section. And that's how I get mine to a perfect fit. I've never gotten one to a perfect fit by putting the whole thing in boiling hot water and putting it in. Like, it's always, there's little tiny adjustments throughout time that you go through and do it, and you get pretty good at it after a while. Like your first one, you'll get pretty good at it once you start doing repairs and stuff on it. I even took some pieces I've showed you guys before. I don't have it anymore, but my first pair, I took some of that. I got some of that heat and mold material from Amazon, from one of the really cheap denture kits, DIY denture kits from Amazon, and used it to repair a spot. So, I mean, it's pretty diverse. Let's see. Anthony said they should also sell the sizing trays so people can try it. I agree with you 100%. I thought for sure they would. I thought for sure you could call them and they would do that. That's one thing that I'm going to tell them the next time I talk to them. They need to sell the sizing tray separate, because it'd be awesome if you could just order the sizing tray, get your size and everything ready, and then you can skip step one. Instead of having to get it come in, figure out it doesn't fit, and then have to send it back, it would be so much better if you could just get the sizing tray. In fact, let me do some digging. I have some other sizing trays from other DIY denture kits, and if I can find, I've got this one set. I'm pretty positive they're the same size. I've got one set that came with small, medium, and large sizing trays. And if they're the exact same size, I'll let you guys know. And you guys can just order those. I think it's like 20 bucks. And if they're, you know what I mean? It'd save you some trouble. Let's see. Georgia says Amazon has the beads that work like the heat and mold material. Yes, they do. There's a lady on YouTube that does a video on the beads. Yeah, they have a lot of reline heat and mold material that you can get. A lot of different types of reline, like heat and mold beads. They've got the heat and mold material by itself. Easy Denture has their own reline heat and mold. I mean, you can get that material. The problem is these are a certain color that match the acrylic, and I have not been able to find this color from anywhere. I've ordered other ones from online, and this is a very specific color that I think only Now Dentures has. Oh, this thing's doing this again. Has someone already won the mediums from the last video? No, nobody's won anything. I'm going to let you guys know when the giveaway is. I try to give it enough time that enough people can get on and enter. The faster the video grows, the more people that leave comments, the faster we'll get to the giveaway. The problem is the last time that I did the giveaway, we got a lot of people entered into it, and we kind of rushed into the giveaway. And I've still, since the giveaway, that's been over a month, maybe 2 months ago now. Maybe 2 months? Maybe a month and a half. I still get people, multiple people every day commenting on those videos, enter me in for the giveaway. People who just missed out on it. And I would love to give everybody an opportunity to get into it if they can. I would love to. I'd love to give everybody a shot at it. I wish I could give one to everybody on here, you know, but it is what it is. So I'm kind of just waiting to see how many people. I'll decide on a number, not tonight, but I'll decide on a number that we'll kind of do a cutoff at. Maybe, you know, last time was 275. Maybe we'll just make it an even 400. 400 people enter, and then we'll do the go. I don't know. Maybe not that high. I'd like to give more people a better chance, so maybe a little bit lower. Maybe we'll do 300. I don't know. I'll decide that this next week, and then I'll kind of tell you what the cutoff is. And then when it gets around that time, you'll see me live announce it. KCD says, it's kind of ironic, but when I play back your video or when I join a stream, the first thing I see is an ad for those crazy teeth that they say you can wear over. Oh yeah, those things suck. My teeth, my natural teeth were way too big, and they didn't cover them. I did try those once, and I've seen people actually use those as full dentures. I'd seen a chick on YouTube that actually put those in as her dentures and took the heat and mold material and just put it on the back side of it and wrapped it around her gums. And $35 per thing. And she said she looks really good in them. I mean, I'm telling you, they look natural. They look good from a distance, but I'm sure up close, and I'm sure they're hard to eat with because those teeth are flimsy. They're not resin. Georgia says a repair kit's a really good idea. How can I fix an underbite? So a lot of times it fixes that for you. I've got an overbite. And if you see how I did, I fit the top one in first, and then I put the bottom, kind of matched it up and then bit down. So they look straight here, but you can tell just how much extra material is in the front because my bottom is pushed back a little. So it gives you a wide enough area here that you have some space to play with, that it'll pretty much, whenever you bite down onto it, it'll pretty much fix your overbite or underbite within a certain degree. So if you've got an extreme overbite or an extreme underbite, I don't know how well these would work. An easy denture might be the better one for you, but it does give you a little room to play. Just being honest with you. Let's see. Shepherd's Voice said, I've seen another video of some silicone dentures or something that they say stay bacteria free from odors and such, but the website link they want you to click on is really weird. I've seen something like that on Amazon. They look really fake. I thought about ordering them because they were only like 40 bucks. I thought about ordering them just to, that's what I should do, is go through and test out different scams. You know, like the really cheap ones. Temu has a bunch. I would never order anything from Temu when it comes to dentures, ever. If you're ordering from Temu, I haven't seen one thing on there that I would be like, yeah, that's got to be it. I haven't seen one. Like, all that stuff on Temu's crazy. And Amazon is getting just about that way too. Is that the ones you're speaking of? No, I don't think that was to me. KCD said those are the only ads I see throughout the video. I know, I see those all the time, and I've thought about, as soon as I go to YouTube, I thought about doing a screen recording and trying to get as many of those. I think once you start getting into watching denture videos, then Amazon just floods you, or not Amazon, but YouTube floods you with those ads, because I think those scammers pay a lot of money because they're going to make a lot of money off of people. It's disgusting. One crook washing another crook's hand, basically. Topeka PC says, put a deadline date in your video. I'll make a video with a deadline date. When I do, I'll do the same thing I did last time, and I'll pin a comment at the top. So all of my videos you can go to, and there should be, on most of them that have anything to do with like live information, there should be a pinned comment at the top. So any of the videos where I talk about a giveaway, there should be a pinned comment at the top that says the giveaway's over and who won it. So that's what I usually do. It's a lot easier to do it that way. Just go back and keep people updated. So if you go back to any one of those videos, so you can go back to the actual giveaway rules video, you know, where I'm talking about it, where you're actually leaving the comment medium or large. You can go back to that one at any time and just check it out. And whenever I get a deadline set, I'm going to pin it at the top. So until there's a pinned one at the top, there's no deadline yet. I'll come up with one next week though. So by Saturday, by the time I go live next week, there will be a pinned thing at the top where I'm either going to have, not a deadline, I'm not going to come up with a dated deadline, but I'm going to come up with like a number of what we want to reach. Either a video views number, or a entries number. And people like you, Topeka, or Linda, my members, if you guys want to help me decide that stuff, feel more than free to go over to that video and leave me suggestions.
Let me know when you're done.
Okay. Honest Heather says, hi, so happy I found your channel. I was wondering, I'm having extraction soon. Can I use the Now Dentures as immediate dentures until mine come in? Absolutely. Absolutely. I put mine in immediately after my bottoms were taken out. I had already had my top ones taken out for a while and had built a DIY top. And then when I got my bottoms ones taken out is when the Now Dentures came in literally the day after I got my bottoms taken out. And I literally formed the Now Dentures to my mouth right after my bottom ones were taken out, because the heat mold will literally form around anything. So I wish my first ones were still the original shape, because I would love to show you guys how they like bump where your teeth get taken out. You have these little lumps going through it. I wish I could show you that. It was pretty cool. You see how much your gums change. I'm trying not to skip anybody. This thing keeps skipping to the end. Oh wow, I missed a lot. Let's see, you're talking to Shepard, so that's not for me. Honest Heather, Brandy's already answered you. Awesome, thank you, Brandy Stevens. I appreciate that. Sativa says that sounds like a scam. Yeah, absolutely. Heather says I'm excited to use these soon. I'm telling you, anybody that gets them, please, please, please make a video. Leave a review. Like, hold on, let me read through these and then I'm gonna get real with you guys for a second. Virginia says I had open heart surgery and 3 months later a stroke. Holy cow, that sucks. Somehow my dentures got lost and I can't get new ones until October. Be careful when going into the hospital. Absolutely. Man, that's horrible to hear. Hope you get better. I know there's a lot of people in here that'll pray for you. Mike Kane says Amazon has dental sizing trays. Absolutely. I just don't know if they're the exact same size as the Now Dentures one. But the good thing is I have all the sizes of the Now Denture one, so I can try them. I can buy some from Amazon and then compare them. Maybe I'll make a video on that, and if I find the right ones, I'll give you guys the link to it. I'll just buy like 10 different sets of sizing trays or something. I have some here, so maybe I won't have to buy any. I kind of think the sizing trays are, because I don't think they're actually sizing trays. They're mold making trays. So it's a tray that you put in your mouth with silicone on it. And then you push that up and it makes a mold of your gums. And let me see if I have them. Hold on. So, well, those aren't the largest. Okay, so see this? They have these on Amazon so you can make a mold of your mouth. And this is a large. So they do 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 4. And then, let's see how well these match up.
Okay, I found this
Oh wait,
for how
I don't know why that's
up.
doing that. So that's pretty damn close. Pretty dang close. So a large is a size 4 tray. So I'm sure a medium is a size 3 tray. Look on Amazon, somebody. Get on Amazon and look up the DIY dental mold making thing. Oh crap, my thing's not plugged in. Oh, better get that before this thing dies. That's probably why it's been shaky. Okay. That's pretty cool. We just found out something new. Okay, let me go back to here. I don't want to miss anything you guys are saying. Okay. So those trays are standard. They're like 1, 2, 3, 4. And all those should be the same size. So a 4 is the same size as the large. That'd be funny to watch Bryson getting a fake armband teeth. Right? Maybe I should just get a whole bunch of those, just scam ones, and show you guys. It'd be funny. We lose an hour tonight? Is it really spring forward already? I didn't know that. Bryson, have you heard of Russell Klein? I have, on Etsy. He has a website. He does dentures. They're close to price rate. They're not that great, I don't think. If you're talking about the Etsy one, somebody had told me about it, and I looked at it, and they have like some clear resin ones, which I'm doing work with resin right now. I'm about to make a mold of these so I can make my own full-fledged resin dentures. I'm gonna let you guys know how that goes. I've also got some acrylic coming in. Then I'm going to try to do some acrylic ones too, because I've been watching a lot of denture making videos, and they actually have acrylic that doesn't have to be pressure forced in there. You can actually like mix it up and then put it in and then force the mold together. Like I can do it from home. Quick question, if someone has one back tooth, can those be shaped around it? I always tell people, no, you need all your teeth gone. I mean, you could. If you had the talent and the know-how and a Dremel, technically you could. I have seen people, there was a guy on here that told me he took the easy denture and cut out some of the teeth and made himself partials. So it's possible, but it's not something that you can do the easiest way possible like we do. You can't follow the video and do exactly the same because it's meant for people who have zero teeth. So I don't want to tell you yes, and then you get them and you know, be mad about the investment. And Shepard's on it. Shepard is on it. Man. You're making me miss Fun Size Lady here. She'd have beat you to the punch. Shepard's on it today, though. Kristen says, I'm just not talented enough to re-add the material back. I'll try to win some, or I'll see if my insurance will reimburse me so I can get another set. Do you know if the small has the same size teeth? No, they don't. The teeth gradually get a little bit smaller as you go down, bigger as you go up, unfortunately. I know there's a lot of people that got the mediums and were very disappointed in how much smaller the teeth were. I've got a video comparing the two that shows the large right next to the medium, and they look very similar because the thing about your mouth is if you're even like a centimeter off, it seems like a mile in your mouth. But once you put them in your mouth, you can actually tell that the teeth are a tad bit smaller. So unfortunately, yeah, they do go down. And that's another thing that I've talked to Now Denture about. Maybe something possibly in the future where you can order a small with big teeth, big with small teeth, just kind of however your teeth were before you lost them. Kristen, I hope you all the luck in the world. I really do. I just think one of the biggest things with a lot of people is they don't have any faith in themselves when it comes to making stuff. And I do realize that I'm a maker. I've done 3D printing. I used to sell helmets and make helmets. I've been making these. I've been working with resin here recently, and I've been making these of our school mascot. This is 100% resin that I made. So I do know that me as a person, I'm a creative person, so I'm a fairly good maker. I'm fairly good at using my mind and my hands together to make stuff. And I get how people who don't generally do that all the time can be very intimidated. Very intimidated. And a lot of people will rush through stuff. You got to have a ton of patience. It's not artwork, it's really not. If you follow the video and you follow it slowly, pause it whenever you need to, push play whenever you need to. That last video that I did, I tried to do it in the simplest way possible, and if you just follow it, you should be fine. I don't think that really took any talent on my end at all. The first one that I did, that was pretty rough. Because I'm such a maker, I didn't take into account that it's easier for me and the amount of time that I had with the Now Dentures for a while. I didn't take that into account either. And I just kind of threw both of them into a pot in boiling water and then did one and then did the other. And they were very, 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 very flimsy. If you do it the way that I did it in the second making video, and you only do it for 20 seconds at a time, it's malleable, but it's not nearly as goopy. I actually like it more malleable myself, so I like leaving it in for a little bit longer and then being able to set it in your mouth a little bit longer. That's the way that I kind of like it. But if you're a new person to it and you're doing that, it can get everywhere. It can get out of control. So as long as you follow the directions, do the 20 seconds, it's malleable, but it still has a little bit of construction to it. And you can actually take your time and just, as long as you follow along, take your time and follow the directions, and just have faith in yourself. That's the biggest thing. Be patient. Don't get frustrated. You should be able to do it. I mean, you should. I believe in you. But I really, if it doesn't work out with the one that you got, I really hope that you can work something out, and I hope you get another shot at it, because I really do think that anybody can make these. Not just a maker like me, but I really do think anybody can make these. Uh-oh. Okay. How often do you replace your now dentures? That's a funny question, because I wasn't going to. The first pair that I wore for over a year, I was going to keep wearing them. And then just as they change color through time, because heat and mold stuff changes color, if you want to, you can change the inside material. The only reason I did personally was because I was always showing them on the camera. And people were making the comments that that first pair were looking dirty and raggedy and stuff. I wasn't going to change them because of the acrylic on the front, because the acrylic where the teeth connect to, that doesn't change color. And that's the only part anybody sees. They don't see the heat mold part. So I wasn't going to change them. They didn't need changed. And then all of a sudden Denture Rescue started sending me free dentures, and now I've made 2 other pairs that I've been wearing and stuff, so I haven't really had to change anything. So basically it's like, it's up to you how often you change it. If you need to do a repair, if you need to do a resize, if they just get too ugly for your liking and you want to change them. I'm not 100% sure. I'm really not the expert in that, only because Denture Rescue keeps sending me free ones and I just make them. I'm not the best person to ask for that. Somebody who's got them, who's, here in a while, I mean, you could probably ask them, but I just don't have them long enough to have to change them. I did that one pair just so I could show you guys how to do it. KCD said, I ordered last Saturday and I got them yesterday, but was weird because they were still in Illinois on Thursday. Made it to California by Friday, so shipping took a whole week. Man, that's wild. I think, honestly, some people were telling me that they were out of stock on some and taking a little bit longer on some. They've got a high volume of orders right now. They're probably just not used to it or have the staff for it, because they've gotten a lot of orders coming through. I'm not trying to make excuses for them. If you're going to run a professional business, you should have a quick and efficient shipping. I've heard from everybody else that they've had pretty quick shipping, 3 to 4 days. I haven't heard of them taking over a week, but whenever they sent me the giveaway stuff, they told me that they were going to send it to me. They said it's leaving tonight, and it took a week and 2 days to get here. So, and it's from Ohio. I'm in Kansas. I mean, I thought that was weird. I thought maybe somebody just didn't ship it out the day that they said they were going to ship it out. I contacted them and was like, hey, it's been over a week. Are they coming? They're like, they're on their way. So maybe they're just having issues with their shipping. I know I don't know if they still have snow in Ohio or up north. It sucks though. When you order something, you want to get it within 3 to 4 days at the very least. They should have express shipping. If you're going to run a professional business, you should have express shipping. Oh, let's see. I keep skipping down. Sorry, Kristen. I'm seeing yours just now. Oh, damn, I'm way behind. Let's see, Minnie said, oh, that's the KCD. Tiva said, Mary, Easy Dentures are missing a back tooth. Yep. Yeah, that's true. I think I even mentioned that in the video, the fact that they don't have the back two molars on both top and bottom. You could probably just cut that away and that would be a lot easier for you. Trevor's voice said they heard of Russell Klein. He has mixed reviews. Am I right? Is he the one on Etsy that has an Etsy shop? If I'm thinking of the right person, somebody told me about him a long time ago. I know that I did look somebody up and they had an Etsy store. It's Dentures. It says mixed reviews. They're Dentures. Everybody that makes dentures is going to have mixed reviews because nobody likes dentures, and it's really hard to get the dentures to fit right, especially if you're not doing them heat and mold yourself. It's really hard to have somebody else take a mold of your mouth and make a fitting pair of dentures. It just is. After all the research that I've done on dentures and making dentures, like every dentist will tell you, it's very hard to get a perfect fitting set of dentures. So, and people get them, they realize they don't fit, they get mad about it, and it's the thing about reviews is when you get something good, you don't hardly ever think about going in and celebrating and saying thank you, awesome, amazing. But when you're mad about something, the first thing you want to do is go over there and tell them what you think. And so it's a lot easier to get negative reviews than positive reviews. So the fact that somebody has positive reviews at all is huge to me. I usually do like 1 to 5. If it has 5 negative to every 1 positive, then I think it's probably a positive product. Jacqueline said, I wish I could afford the membership. I started a GoFundMe, even it's not going great, but yeah. Well, put the thing on here. Put the link on here, and if anybody wants to donate $1 or something to Jack Queen's GoFundMe, put the link in. You never know, somebody might donate you a couple bucks. You can always leave that on any one of my videos too. I don't mind. If anybody has a GoFundMe, if anybody has a Cash App or something like that you want to ask people if they want to donate to, put it on the comments on any one of my videos. I really don't care. George Stewart says I'm checking Amazon. Okay. Shepherd's Voice says, I've been watching your videos and absorb everything. I just can't always be here on Saturdays. I totally get that. You work. Don't you work at a hospital? Am I right on that? Kristen said, good, because I think the medium teeth were too big, and that's why they didn't work. That could make sense. I mean, if they're too big, that's the one bad thing is if you do get them too big. And I tell you guys, in making the video, the reason why I like to thin them and cut them down is because when you push them up in, all this extra stuff at the top, what it wants to do is get under your lip and push down. So it'll push down over your teeth. And if you get a size that's too big and you try to force it in, you're just getting all that extra material that doesn't fit in your mouth. And the first thing it's going to do is it's going to take that top part and it's going to shove it down over the front part of the teeth. And then you have to spin forever trying to get that heat and mold off of the teeth and stuff. So I can see how that can feel like you ruined it if you do something like that. Wrong size is it's not going to work. You'll be working next Saturday, Shepherd's Voice? Well, you always stop in and at least say hi, don't you? Even when you're at work. I think you've been at work before and stopped in and said, hey, what's up? Mike Kane said, I just ordered the sizing tray set from Anahu on Amazon. Arrives Monday. Should be interesting. Awesome. Yeah, shoot me a comment. Let me know how it goes. Does it have the sizes? That's what I want to know. Does it have the sizes 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5? Like, how does it say on Amazon? Does it tell you like the number on the sizing tray? Kristen Elevation said, "Thank you. You're welcome." Any questions you got about that stuff, just don't feel free to get on and leave me a comment and ask me. I'm not always the quickest to get back to it, and I've been dropping the ball hard on. I try to respond to everybody. I've been dropping the ball hard lately. I'll admit that I haven't responded to everybody. I've been doing a lot of likes and loves lately, just because I've just been so busy this last couple weeks, and going into the spring. Since I'm a supervisor at a maintenance department, I have a guy out right now. There's a sickness going around, and then we've got spring sports starting. We'll be having graduation coming up. It just, spring gets to be a really busy time of year, and by the time I get home, or when I wake up in the morning is when I usually check them, and I'm usually rushing back into work and stuff. It hasn't been a good couple weeks. It's not going to be a good couple months. I'm just kind of busy. So I try really hard. Leave me a comment. You're a member. You get first dib. I will always answer a member. So leave me a comment on there, and I'll answer you. See, Shepard, that's to Brandy. KCD said I can't even see the teeth in my mouth even when I smile, but I can't take the large because I have a small mouth. I don't know what the problem or solution is right now. KCD, are you talking about, like, are your teeth just so worn down or halved, or is that? I think the best solution in a case like that would be to do a DIY denture set from Amazon, like Jesse Dent or Denture Kit, not Denture Kit, Jesse Dent or Denture Way. Those are kind of the easier ones, where you make a mold of your mouth and then you get the teeth and the heat mold product, and then you just create your own. It's hard to do. You kind of have to be an artist to do it. Very hard to do. But if you have any teeth at all in your mouth, it's kind of the best option for you. Oh, I finally made it to the bottom, didn't I? Just a PSA, everyone. If anyone in here is diabetic, be careful with the adhesive, because I just found out that some of them can and will spike your blood glucose, especially the flavored ones. And the zinc can too. That's, Brandy, that's really good to know. And that's something I didn't know when I did the zinc-free adhesive video. That's something that should have been added into that. There's Fun Size Lady. She's in. Finally got here. Jeez. She's always one of the first ones. That's really good to know, Brandy Stevens. I appreciate that. Everybody should. I love the flavored ones. The flavored zinc ones. That's my favorite one. Fixodent with scope in it is my favorite one. Makes my mouth feel fresh all the time. But if you are diabetic and stuff, I'd stay away from those. They've got some really good ones. I showed you guys in that video some really good ones that you can use. Let's see, Mike said none have numbers. Just has small, medium, large. How much were they? I might just get on and order them now. And then I'll compare them to mine. And then you can see which ones fit you. And then I'll tell you which one compares to it. And then you'll know. Will know. Fun Size came in hot with that share. I appreciate that. Donna W says, Bryson, you have to take time to breathe or you will become overwhelmed to burn out. Oh yeah, 100%. We've been hiring a new superintendent, and I took part in that whole process this week too. That was a big thing, and I took that very seriously. And the person who ended up getting it in our school district is somebody that is going to be the absolute best person for our school board, for our district. And I think our district made the perfect decision when it comes to it. But it was a fun process, and I took it very seriously. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the new. It's going to be awesome. Guy who's taken over our school district there just couldn't be a better guy. I can't say enough good stuff about him. Hey, sometimes he watches my videos too. I forgot all about that. So if he does, he just he knows. He knows I think that. He's the one who gave me my position. So he's been helping me with my position far and beyond anybody else there. So it's just awesome. KCD said it's like my lips are level with the bottom edge of the teeth. So weird. Yeah, I get that though. Deborah Williams says, thanks everyone. Good night. Good night to you too. I'm glad you got to join us. Funsai says, believe it or not, I was waiting to be here and then fell asleep. Woke up late to the party. Oh, that's funny. Donna likes the scope one too. It's awesome. It makes your mouth feel fresh. I love it. Let me get to the bottom here. Mike Kane 970. That's awesome. That's cheap. I'm gonna order them right after I get off of here. Hold on. Can you leave a comment, not on the live chat, but leave a comment on this video of the, I don't have a pin on me, of the brand name. There should be a way you can leave a comment on the video instead of the live chat, because the live chat doesn't transfer over. So as soon as the live's done, the live chat disappears. So I want to be able to go back and get those trays so I can match that up with you. See if it's Shepherd's voice says, gots to go, work tomorrow, 1 hour less sleep. Yeah. Well, you have a good night, Shepherd's voice. You did a pretty damn good job filling in for Fun Size Ladies, so answering questions and all sorts of stuff. I really appreciate that. She had your back, Fun Size. Had your back. So, I don't know if you've watched the beginning then. You were late to it, Fun Size. I've decided that you're going to be the next one that we're going to work on as a community, as a channel, to get a free giveaway pair. So all of the memberships, all of anybody who donates to the $ Bryson Michael RC Cash App, and anybody who sends a super chat or something like that, all that money goes into a pot. And this time around, Fun Size Lady is going to be the next one that gets it, because she's been an absolute cherished help for this channel. It's been awesome. She shares all my videos, comments on just about every one of them. You go into my if you go into my analytics and you see my top comments, my top people, she's always the one at the top. So first member, first one to be on the new membership stuff. So I mean, I notice when she's gone, you know what I mean? So because I was way at the top of I was trying to scroll down and read all your guys' stuff, and I was going there, and Shepherd's voice was on it. She was on it. She was covering for you. And you share the link constantly. Share the video. Tell people to share it. I mean, that's amazing. And I think you're a moderator too, aren't you? So you're welcome. And what I said was, it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be this current, because YouTube's always a month behind. So my next YouTube pay will be the pay from last month. And April, I'm taking my family on a vacation, so I need all the money. Well, the side pots are still a side pot. It's still staying in a side pot. But I can't put my own personal money in on the next one, just because I need all the money that I can for vacation. So it's when I put, if everybody on here like raises the funds to, I mean, we'll buy it as soon as the funds are raised up to that point, but I can't do the extra 100 until after that. You get what I'm saying? Well, I don't know. I might. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Fun Size, you deserve it. Out of anybody, you deserve it. You've helped out a ton. I'm just reading your comment now. Funside says, "Oh, gonna make me cry. You're such an amazing man for doing what you do. I appreciate that. I just want to pay it forward. You know what I mean? So, and then after you get yours, we'll pick somebody else, and we'll keep going from there. And all I want to do is get as many people as I can get. And so, everybody out there that can give $1, that can give $2, that can give $5. This is a community thing. This is something that we all got involved with King Rob, and we got him a pair pretty quick. So, in my book, it was pretty quick. In his book, while he was waiting, probably wasn't that quick, but it was pretty quick. So, and we had some generous givers last time too. Somebody who decided to eat noodles. Eat noodles for a month, right? Is that what was said? Let me look at this. I haven't seen Robbie on here today either, too. I need to see how his is going. He was waiting to make his now dentures that he got. He was waiting for that video to come out, the how-to, so he could follow along with it. Last Saturday he was mentioning that. So I'd love to see how he's doing. He'll probably get on. He watches every time. Like, he doesn't always make, I think he's only made it to like 2 or 3 of the lives. But he always gets on after the live and leaves a comment, says something. He watches everyone on. So Jacqueline says, "Congrats, good night, everyone." Well, good night to you too. Just keep checking back, coming back here every Saturday. Like I said too, in case you weren't here whenever I said it, we don't have a deadline for the Denture Rescue giveaway. So that's the giveaway for the 2. So Fun Size Ladies is a community thing. It's something we're going to do together. And then the next person, something we do together. The Denture Rescue one is the medium and the large giveaway that doesn't have a deadline yet. But what I want to do, the more that I've been thinking about it, I kind of want to come up with a number. Maybe I'll just, my members, if you guys want to shoot me a number that you think is appropriate or whatever. Remember, if you become a member, you automatically get 5 entries. So, Fun Size, I haven't had your size. You haven't given me your size. You already get 5 entries, but I haven't gotten your size. Any one of you members that are a member, it's at least let me know your size. Not in this, but just in the comments. In any comment on any video, you can just tell me the size that you have, and that'll be what you're entered in for, because it'll be a medium set and a large set, and it's 2 different ones. So we could do like 200 subscribers per one. So once we reach 200 on, 200 entries on the large, 200 entries on the medium, we could do 200 altogether. We could do 400, 500. Like, what's an appropriate number of entries should we do for the giveaway? And once we get close to that, we'll start setting a date of when that giveaway is going to be. I just want to give enough people enough time to see it and to get on and get entered. Because I don't want to have happen what happened last time and people missed the deadline. But ever since the deadline up until even today, there's still people leaving comments of, on one video, enter me in the giveaway, and on another video, give me the second entry in the giveaway, even though that giveaway is over. I always leave, in case you don't know, in case you weren't here when I mentioned it earlier, I always put a pinned comment at the top of my videos. So if the giveaway's over, there will be a pinned comment at the top of the video saying who won the, so if it's like an entry video, there will be a pinned comment at the top saying who won that the giveaway's over. So if you checking back, if you don't make it to the giveaway live, if you don't see the giveaway live whenever we do that, or you don't see the video that's going to tell you when the deadline is, if you don't see any of that, you can always check back on the original video and check and see the pinned comment. And as long as the giveaway rules are still there, it's still open. And then whenever the giveaway is done, the winner of the giveaway will be pinned at the top of the comments. And then if you're not in the live when the giveaway is done, then I will contact you and give you 24 hours to respond back. And if you don't respond back within 24 hours, we do a redraw. We didn't have to last time. Both people were, we gave away the Now Denture and the Now Denture giveaway, and then I had the Easy Denture still on me, the extra one of those, and I just gave those away too, live, and both people were here. Well, no, actually, the Now Denture person wasn't here, were they? I left them a comment. Janice, right? I think it was Janice. I haven't even heard from either of them since then. They were on every night, and then since then, I haven't seen them. So maybe they got their giveaway, and they're just like, toodles. Fun Size won't do that. She'll get hers, she'll make them, and then she'll still be on all the time. So just make a video. Make a video and let us see how they turn out. So like I said before, take your time with it. Watch the video, pause when you need to, and just have faith in yourself in it. Just be patient, you know, follow along. It should work out fine. Fun Size, yeah, I was wondering if he did. I'm totally wondering. He hasn't left me a comment or said anything. I thought about sending him an email, but I figured I'd give him some time. Maybe he's a little intimidated by it. Some people are. They don't want to mess it up. He just got a free set. He doesn't want to mess him up. You know what I mean? Like, I can see that. Do you have to have Cash App to join? To join what? Medium. Can you leave that in a comment? Just on any one of my videos. That way I have something to go back to. Or you've got my email. You can just send that to me too. Once I says, yeah, you can't get rid of me. Oh, what I was going to say earlier, that I wanted to get a little real with you guys. I really, really, really want anybody out there who's gotten these, please. Oh, no, you don't have to have it. Sorry, before I do that. Donna, you don't have to be a member, or you don't have to have Cash App to be a member. It's just through YouTube. So if you go to my, there should be a membership button somewhere around here to become a member. I've never became a member to something before, so I know Fun Size could probably explain it to you a little bit better than I can to become a member. Cash App would just be if you want to donate to the Cash App, because it's all in one fund. So you can either donate via Cash App, you can become a member, which is like $1.99 a month, or you can Cash App is a one-time donation, and Super Chats are a one-time donation, which you can do either one of those two, and it all goes to the same pot. So you don't have to become a member. You don't have to have Cash App. You know, you can pick one or the other, whichever one you want to do. So anyways, what I was going to say was, anybody who gets these, anybody who buys the Now Dentures or just does it on your own or anything like that, please make a short, even if it's like the shortest video ever. I don't want to be the Now Denture guy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that to be I'm the only one out there who's talking about these, and I don't want to be like that one guy who does Now Denture. You know what I mean? I want everybody to hear these because I think they're amazing. They're life-changing for me, and I've been trying to express that as best as I can, and hopefully they can change somebody else's life too, and save you a ton of money and a ton of extra time that you would spend somewhere else. But I've had people get on and leave comments and stuff saying I'm the only one doing it, and it's getting to a point that I've made so many videos on it that it's almost becoming like they think that I'm a part. I don't work for Now Denture. I'm literally a guy who got a product, and I loved it, and I reached out to the company, and they sent me a free pair with the agreement that I would make a video for them. I loved them so much I made more than one video. I kept in contact with them. I keep talking to them all the time, and they want to be part of this giveaway, and we've just been friendly back and forth. That's all I've been. But if you go look up Now Denture, my video is really the only one that pops up. But then somebody made a video not too long ago about Now Denture being a scam. And it's been after I sent my review video into it, because they actually show Denture Rescue's website. And they scroll down and you see my video on there. And so, like, I don't like my name being associated with something like that and becoming like a face of something to be untrustworthy or something, because all I can do is give you guys my experience and how I feel about it. But I want somebody else to have that opportunity too. I would love every one of you guys, to anybody that makes a video on these, it's going to get views. It's going to be added with all the other stuff, and you're going to get views on it. 100%. So I would love other people to get out and review it and do it. I can't force you to. And I can't force anybody else that has gotten them to. I've gotten tons and tons and tons of comments from people saying their lives are changed because they love them so much. I've had other people tell me that they can't get it to work. They can't do it. You know, and they've asked me questions about it, and I've tried to help them through it. So way more positive, way fewer negative, but no videos. Even if you try it out and you're not successful and you don't like them, make a video on it. You know what I mean? Show people how you feel about it, whether it's positive or it's negative. And let's get a discussion going. Let's get more people out there involved. And who knows? Maybe you would be. I think I'm 30 subscribers away from 10,000. When I made that first video that has 215,000 views, I only had 4,000 subscribers. So you can do it. You can do it too. If you want to make some monetization on YouTube. Man, look at that. Minnie got $10 in on the super chat. That's amazing. I really appreciate that, Minnie. There you go. That's going towards fun size right there. Brandy Stevens became a member. Holy cow, in that whole speech that I was given. We've got a membership, and we've got a $10 donation. So that's awesome. That's awesome. That gets that pot going up. It gets Fun Size Lady one step closer to getting her community set. So that's badass. Yeah, Brian says, is subscribe the same as a member? No, it's not. You can subscribe to anything absolutely free, and that's 100% fine. The membership costs $1.99. The only difference between being a subscriber and a member is a subscriber, you get one entry whenever you leave a comment. Being a member, you automatically get entered 5 times into the giveaway pot. Donna says, I think we've all had different experiences with the stigma associated with tooth loss, and once we get the dentures, we can always help others. That's true too, and that's one thing that I've told people is I don't control people, number one. And number two, dentures have such a stigma around them that people don't really want to get in front of a camera and say, I have dentures. It's terrifying. Like, everybody knows I do. Now, and that's something I didn't ever plan on. Like I've told you guys 100 times, I didn't want to make that first video. That wasn't something I wanted to do, but it got such a positive reaction that I just felt in my heart like I needed to help someone. You know, because I saved so much money that I wanted to save somebody else money too. And I thought, man, this is embarrassing, but I have to do it. I have to do it. So I reached out to Denture Rescue, asked them, told them I'd make a video. I was terrified making that first video. And then subsequently just kept making videos on it just because, it's like so many people had a positive reaction to the fact that they didn't even know they existed. So I thought, if I can make more videos on these, it'll bring more people back to this same point. And maybe somebody doesn't see that first video, but they can see the second one. or they can see the third one, and that'll direct them back to that first one, and they can hear about it. And that's actually how it happened. There was a lot of people in the comments saying, "What are you talking about?" Like, and I'd say, "Go check these out," and they'd be like, "Oh my God, that's awesome," you know. So, but I had so many people that I know personally that have been subscribed to my channel for a long time, and now all of them know that I have fake teeth. You know, it's just I see them all the time, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, we don't talk about that. There is a huge stigma on it. I'm finally starting to get to a point where I'm comfortable, and that's mainly because of you guys, all of you guys out there who have just been awesome and very responsive. I just think it's helped. Every Saturday night that I get on with you guys, it actually like helps me release that stigma a little bit more. Brandy Stevens gave a $5 super chat. That's awesome. Man, look at that fun size. We're getting there. We are getting there. Got some generous people today. And let's see. Oh, I'll scroll up instead. Welcome Anthony F4439 as one of the amazing ones. Another member today. That's awesome. Got a few new members today. Man, you guys are being generous today. I really appreciate that. Fun Size is going to appreciate that. Like I said, the more you guys are on, the more you guys do, the quicker it is that we get that out and the quicker we get into the next one. And I'm just going to keep naming people that are a part of this community, people that I see, people that help the channel out. Like what Fun Size does, she likes to get on all the time, and every so many minutes she'll share the website, just in case, because there's always at least one person throughout the night who's just joined the live who doesn't know where to go, and she helps them out. Also, when people ask questions that you know the answer to, feel free to just say it. Everybody here starts to get to know each other, and it's just like I'm the only one on video just talking, but everybody else is in here answering your questions too. And Fun Size is really good at that. Minnie answers questions. There's Donna will answer questions. Oh, where'd she go? Shepherd's. Why am I forgetting the whole Shepherd name? Shepherd's something. I keep wanting to say Shepherd's pie every time. Shepherd's voice. That's right. Isn't there a Shepherd's pie? Wooden teeth. Actually, his teeth were ivory, slave teeth. There, none of it was wood. It was ivory, slave teeth, and then what was the other thing? It was like it was made. They were black, so it was like the hide of like a hippopotamus or something. That they were the soft part that you, and it was like a hinged, so they were together, hinged together. I just watched a Washington documentary today, but they were like hinged at the back, so they only did that. Isn't that wild? Dentistry back in the day. Aren't you glad you live in a time like now? They didn't have glues back then. That's one thing that I thought about while watching that. They were talking about his dentures for a while because he would pay, they would pay a slave a certain amount of shillings in order to get a tooth. And the slave would have their tooth pulled and they would get a certain amount of shillings. And he wanted real teeth. He wanted to make them look as real as possible. So, but the way that they put them in and wired them into it just looked like dead skin, the black stuff on them. Donna says she'll be joining when the chat's on. That's fine. I appreciate that. Yeah, but that's one of the darker things. I heard this comedian one time. He said, what is that guy's name? He said he went through the George Washington Museum and he was like this badass guy who did all this really cool stuff. And then at the very end of the tour, you see his actual dentures. And they were like these were made from slaves' teeth. And he's like, you just told me how awesome this guy was. And then it ends on this huge downer note. Like, that's wild. That's some wild stuff. Another thing people didn't know about Washington is the first capital was in Philadelphia. And Philadelphia was owned and operated basically by Quakers. And Quakers abolished slavery before the war was even over with. And so when Washington became the president, he had to bring his slaves to the uh, Capitol House. It wasn't the White House, it was where the president house. Um, and so they had a law, the Quakers did, because they didn't expect everybody to follow their laws. So what the Quakers did is they said if anybody if they move to Philadelphia and they bring their slaves with them, after 6 months, those slaves are freed. And Washington was so attached to his slaves and so attached to the lifestyle of having slaves that he found a loophole and he would rotate his slaves every 6 months. That way he never had to give them their freedom. It's pretty ruthless, pretty wild. We do make wigs out of human hair. I actually donated mine for human hair one time. Grew it out. You have to grow it out a certain amount of inches. I wanted to give somebody some red hair, so I've donated mine because red is like uh, pretty sought after, especially if like a little girl has cancer and their mom wants to give them their actual hair color. Like red hair is kind of hard to get, so I donated it. That was one of the cooler things that I think I've done. You just basically grow it out, and then you put it in a ponytail and you cut it off. You have to have a certain amount of inches, and then put it in a little bag and ship it off. Minnie says this is the only channel I watch live. I appreciate that, Minnie. Paul says, hey everyone. Hey to you too. Thanks for joining us. Brandy Stevens says, hey Paul. Donna, you did donate twice. You were one of the more generous ones. I think you were the one I was talking about earlier that said you said you were going to have soup that week or something like that. Or ramen noodles, right? You did. You have deep pockets and a lot of empathy. Bob really appreciated that. I think besides me, you were the bulk. I think I only put 100 in. I think didn't you put about 100 in last time too? 50 and 50, I think. Linda says my daughter has red hair and she donated her. I'm telling you, like people want it, especially because red comes in multiple colors. Like you can have cherry blonde red. You can have like mine's like a darker red, like a really almost brownish. Well, now it is. Like just a few years ago, it was like a red. I don't know if you can see in the light. It looks more brown on here. It's weird. It's a lot darker red than that. It's like a brick red. It seriously looks brown on video. Maybe I'm going brown in my old age. Who knows? Anyways, I'm trying to grow my hair out one more time before I get too old and go bald or something. My hairline's getting way too high. It's going. It's going. What? Oh, I'm giving you a weird look. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing any of the resin videos. I know I'm going to show you guys the video of me making a resin print of my dentures, trying to make full resin dentures. That's one thing, because I'm going to take the old pair, the 1-year pair, the very first pair that I had, and I'm going to make a copy of it, basically a 2-part mold. I'm going to mold the bottom and then mold the top in silicone, and then I'm going to pop out all the teeth and set them into the mold, and then I'm going to mix up some pink, not acrylic, but some pink resin, and I'm going to pour that into the mold. And it's like it's like a heat release resin where basically you just got to heat it up and all the bubbles come out of it, and then you wait 24 hours and it dries. And I'm hoping to have like a full set of fully resin dentures. I want to show you guys that'd be pretty cool. I've been doing a lot of work with resin lately, and I've been getting a lot more used to it, so it's a lot of fun. No, not me. Oh, that wasn't you? I thought that was you. I keep thinking you're doing all sorts of stuff, Donna. I think last time I thought you were the winner of one of the giveaways, too. See what happens when I start to, like, memorize you? I start to just give you props that... I mean, you could say, yeah, that was me. Yeah. Yeah, my beard does look redder than my hair on video, but the funny thing is my hair is the same color as my beard. But on video, my hair looks brown. And that's crazy. Maybe it's just the lighting or something. I found some, let's see. Brian says, I also farmed some hair. I found some bad stuff out there. Or some bad stuff about locks for love. There are better places to donate. You know what? I think that's where I donated. But I never really it was just more so, I think it was through somebody had asked, and I just grew out to that length and then cut it off and gave it to them. And then I think that's who they used. I wasn't too involved with it. I was just more than happy to donate it. Randy Stevens says, I definitely want to see a resin video. I think I'll do that. I think it's going to be cool. I think that's going to be the next one that I work on. And I almost want to make it like ASMR, where I don't talk during the whole thing, because I'm telling you, when you pour resin, it's like a goo. Well, not really, but it's like a really thick liquid, and the silicone. And the silicone's clear, and it has like bubbles and stuff. Like when you pour it, like it's just soothing. It's a really cool process. And I made a video of, I have, one second. The mold that I made for this, I did like a slow pour, and I made a video of it because I was going to show the whole process of doing this. And then I was like, it doesn't really fit my channel, so I'm not going to do that. But I still have the video. I thought about doing an ASMR like silicone pour, and then I basically take the silicone and I pop it out of, this is the mold. Well, this isn't the mold, but this is the original 3D print that we made. And then I poured the silicone on top of here. And when the silicone dried, when you peel it back, it just, out of each one of these little holes and stuff, it just pops, pop, 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 while you're pulling it back. And it's just like satisfying and soothing. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't talk during it at all and just show the slow pour and taking the silicone out and all that stuff. It's a really soothing, that's why I like working with resin. It's just a nice soothing experience. Bryson Dentures. Right? Maybe we got the now dentures and mine can be the later dentures. Or the right now dentures. How did the podium turn out? It turned out really good. I don't know if I showed you guys a picture or not. I don't know if I have a full picture of it. Let me see. I don't know if I have it with the, this is without the logo on it, but it's stained in like a mahogany color, so it's maple with a mahogany color to it. So it's got wheels, so it's like a floating podium. It looks like it just floats. Pretty legit. I've never done anything like that before. I've never built a podium. I'm not a really good woodworker. I just wanted to do it, so I did it. I like it. It looks pretty good. And then it's got that seal that I just showed you. I made that in resin in multiple different colors, and that is just on the front of it. So it's pretty legit. Funside says resin copy of your dentures sounds like so much fun to do. I did a little crafty resin stuff before, but don't anymore. I started breaking out in rashes when. Oh yeah, so resin is when you get it on you, it's sticky, it's a mess. It'll irritate your skin and stuff. They have safer resins and stuff that you can buy online, and so I always get like the odorless long curing, so not the quick curing, but the ones that take like 24 hours to cure. I know it sucks because you have to wait longer on it, but you typically they have less chemicals and stuff in it. So anything that's odorless has less of the petroleum-based chemicals and stuff in it, so it doesn't mess with your skin that bad. So I kind of took that into account whenever I did it. So it can be pretty brutal if you're allergic to it. Oh damn, Sativa. Yeah, she donated $9.99. That's awesome. She said, "What I think what you're doing is awesome. I appreciate that. You are even more awesome." Wait, is that a donation or a? Yeah, that's a donation, isn't it? I thought it was a membership for a second. I was like, $9.99. Paul Beard says, I hope when I get my teeth out that I'll be able to mold them with the help of your videos and community. I think you will. I think you'll do great. Just like I said before, take your time with it, and just follow the directions. You can pause the video anytime you want, but as long as you just have faith in yourself and you just slow down, don't get frustrated with yourself, you'll do good. And as long as you get the right size. So make sure you don't get the wrong size and try to force it. Actually get the right size. Put the sizing tray in. Make sure you got the right size. Donna says, my great-grandmother had red hair. She passed away at 96. Dang, that's almost made it to 100. I don't want to live that long. That's too long. I know people who, my grandma lived to be 101, I think. And it was just, she was constant round the clock care. I don't want that. This life isn't meant to be the best thing in the world, you know. I believe that what's after this is so much better. So to me, even if I died tomorrow, I don't want anybody to mourn because I'm going to be somewhere better. You know what I mean? So I don't want to live that long. Life's too long as it is. That's my own personal thought. I'm not a depressing person, and I'm not suicidal. I just think this life is long. When there's something better out there, it's too long. But I try to enjoy it because God gave us a really good earth. Let's see. The first time I donated my hair was to them, and then I found out how much they changed they charged the cancer. Oh, I didn't know they charged them. I thought when you donated your hair to them, they just donated it to whoever they were giving it to. They charge them? That's cruddy. I mean, you're going through cancer. You're already, especially kids, they're already going through enough. That's ridiculous. I think when I grow my hair out this time, when I decide to cut it, I'm going to donate it again because it's pretty sought after. And I'm gonna look around for some really good ones to go to. I want to make sure that nobody gets charged for that. That'd be ridiculous. I'd rather just give it to them myself. Maybe I can just learn how to make a wig and just do it. Topeka says, I pour soft plastic panfish in crappie swim baits. I've seen that done before. That looks pretty relaxing. And those guys who tie the fly fishing bait, I want to do that too. That looks pretty relaxing. Paul can always do a video chat, even if just someone to help with the steps. Paul can always do a video chat. Oh, you're talking, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. Once I said yes, do the slow pour ASMR. I think it's just going to be a better video. I'm telling you, it's relaxing. I love ASMR videos. There's a guy who melts brass and copper and stuff, and it's all full ASMR. He feeds his little puppies and eats and all this different stuff. Some Australian dude, and I love watching his videos. It got me into doing that same thing too, and then I made a few videos with melting copper and stuff, and I became a scrapper for like a month, and then I was like, yeah, this is too much. Like watching the video and how relaxing it is in ASMR is totally different than actually doing it yourself. Being a scrapper is one of the most stressful things I've ever done, because you have to tear everything apart to get to the precious metals. It's just not worth it. Then you have to fire up the forge and wait forever for it to melt. Much rather just watch it. And we got some super chats, some memberships. We got everything going on today. You guys are very generous today, and I appreciate every second of it. And Fun Size appreciates it as well. I know she does. Every one of them's one step closer to her getting her pair, and that's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. Brandy Stevens says, Bryson, have you seen the video of these guys doing resin floors? And a lady did a beautiful too. Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of that stuff. A lot of it. So that's not the only one. I did so I've got two of these. If you can tell, I had a certain thing in mind. I had to buy two of these chains off of Amazon in order to get them. So I did this one. Well, I did this one first, which is just our colors, our school colors. So gold on the outside, and it's purple flake and gold flake. Oh, that one broke. So, okay. It's purple flake and gold flake, so if you get up close, you can see the flake on the inside. Had some air bubbles and stuff in it, but this is kind of a learning curve. This is after I did the seals for the podium. Then I did this one, which has a purple collar, but the purple that I got was so dark. You can see it in the light. Let's see if I can kind of see the purple in the light. So then I overcompensated and got way too light with the purple on this one. And so then I've got two more of them at work right now that the resin's drying back in the boiler room. And not only that, but I was trying different golds. So this is just I did like a translucent yellow with clear resin and some yellow pigment. And I really like the translucentness of it, but with this one, I added gold flake in with the yellow and made it a little bit more translucent. So like if you were to see this in person, there's like a lot of gold flake in there. I think it looks really, really cool. So I'm kind of learning how the colors work, how the pigments work, and all that different stuff, and seeing when to use a flake, when not to use a flake and stuff. And then once I get everything kind of down, I'm going to make some really cool ones. And I think I'm going to try to like sell them at football games or something with the chain necklace. So I'd probably get like 40-50 bucks a piece for these. I know that you can go get football ones from, oh, what's that sports place called? There's a sports place at the mall that you can get. My son's got a Chiefs one. It's got lights and stuff in it. That's the reason why I was trying translucent colors on here, is because I want to drill in the back part of the resin and put a LED in so the spikes all light up. I think that'll be fun. So I've made 5 of these and about 6 of the full seals. Fun times. Oh, you can see the flake really good on the back there where the resin was poured. So resin's fun. It's a fun, relaxing thing to do. Basically, what you do is like the mold comes out, and where the gold is, they're just basically pockets. And then you pour the resin into those pockets. So I poured the purple in here. When it comes to these, they look flat, but they were just like that one. And then I poured the gray in, poured the white in, poured all that different stuff in, and then I took this to a sanding belt face down and I sanded it flat. And now it looks all smooth and good. So it's a lot of fun. Wow, there's a lot of people talking and I'm missing it. Hold on. Let's see. Pat C says Denture is not taking new customers. I seen that. Somebody had told me that they're temporarily closed due to local regulations, I believe. I seen somebody had told me that. I tried to reach out to them to see if they wanted to do a video, and they never responded back. Brandy Stevens says, Paul, that's how I did my denture mold, by watching Bronson's video. He's an amazing teacher. Oh, I appreciate that. That's awesome. Silicone's not cheap, Bryson. I use Scope Life. Like, yeah, it depends on the silicone that you get. So if I want to make a mold of my head, and it takes a very specific type of silicone to do that. Anytime you're putting silicone on sideways or something, you have to get this thick silicone that goes on, and it'll actually stay in place. The silicone that I have is like, it's thick. It's about as thick as the resin, but you would never be able to make like a face mold with it, and it takes like 36 hours for it to fully cure. So it takes quite a while. The pour is really beautiful and nice. But yeah, it's a little bit cheaper than that really expensive stuff the stuff that you make a head mold out of. Like for a bottle about that size is about $80. Well, it's a two parts, so two bottles like that. I have two 1 gallon containers that I got for like $60 from Amazon. So it's not cheap, but it's not too bad. If you get the right silicone, it's not that bad. Where'd you go? Where'd it go? Okay, Fun Size says collect reborn dolls and have some silicone ones too. So you guys talking to each other. So Brandy and Paul are having a conversation. That's good. He's saying, was it frustrating? I watched this first one and thought there was no way I'm going to be able to do this. Brandy says, it is in the beginning, but if you get frustrated, just take a breath. It can be tedious, but Bryson is really good at it. And man, that's awesome. So Brandy, so you've already made some. How'd yours turn out? Are you liking them? Donna says sometimes the cheering section helps. $1 doll, baby. Brandy says, Paul, it took me 3 times to get mine decent. I still have work to do, but if I can do it, you can. And that's true. That's one of the things is some people get on and they think they're going to get it right off the bat. But I mentioned in the video multiple times that you'll get it where it works. Within the first like hour or so when you're first making them, you'll get it to where it works. And then I spent time the whole next week. Like every day I'd take them out at least once and I'd adjust little parts. And you just keep adjusting little parts until you get it perfect. I mean, that's basically how it goes. And you'll get them perfect too. You'll get them exactly how you want them, Brandy. And then you'll be an expert at it. And then you'll be making videos that get more views than mine. And I'll be visiting your Saturday Live. Donna says, I was a brazier. Love working with copper. Lunch breaks was great. Okay, so this whole thing started with me making silicone molds because I was pouring wax into the silicone mold at first. And I actually made that seal out of wax. and I was going to cover it with what is it called? Alginate? I can't think of the word. And then I was going to pour brass into it and make an actual brass mold of it. That was the original idea. But then I bought resin and gold flake and thought maybe I can make like I can mimic that whole look, make it look metal. It doesn't. But it looked really, really good, and I really got into doing resin. But I still want to do metal work. I still want to try metal stuff. So if you got any ideas for me on how to do that, I'm more than open. It looks interesting. Yeah, I like Brandy. I like the lavender too, and everybody at work really loves the lavender. The only thing is that this is the purple of our school, and the lavender just is so off compared to it. You know what I mean? Like way off. So I love the color though. The color's awesome. My wife loved the color when I showed her. She's like, "That's beautiful." Like I got a really good, and I got that color mixing pigments because I took gray, white, and purple, and the purple's really really dark. And I took a tiny bit of purple, a bunch of white, and a tiny bit of gray, and I mixed it all together, and I got that lavender color. And I don't think I could get that same lavender color ever again, but I just really liked it, so I used it. She said you're so talented. I mean, I do appreciate that. I wish I could do more. I got to work with my hands. I've been addicted to some pretty gnarly stuff, and I'm one of those people that if I'm trapped in my own head for too long, then the worst place to be on this planet is between these two ears. So as long as I keep myself busy and I keep doing stuff and keep making stuff, then I don't focus on other stuff. It's really kind of a downer way to look at it, but that's 100% the truth. That's why I make things so much and I do so many things. Play guitar, make stuff, like it's just to keep my mind busy and occupied. KDC said they charge a lot to cancer patients unless the insurance covers, but most cases it's not covered for expensive human hair. That's so crazy. Somebody needs to make like a non-profit for that and just give them to PS. That's nuts to me. I can't. I hate it when people take advantage of the lesser people. It's frustrating. This world sucks sometimes. Paul said my wife made some resin pour vases a few years ago. They turned out pretty cool. Oh yeah. Oh, I've missed that one. Donna said, KCD, there are tattoo artists, tattoo breast cancer survivors for free. Yeah, I've seen that. Michaels carries a product called Mold Maker. Would that work? Is that the one that comes in like a blue and a yellow bottle? The Mold Maker? Or is that just like a thing that I don't know? What is Michaels? Is Michaels kind of like Hobby Lobby? Brandy says, pretty good, love them, still got a little work to do. Hell yeah. That's awesome. It's always good to hear like a success story with it. That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing is when somebody gets on here and tells me that they were successful with them. Reynolds Advanced Materials, where I used to buy my silicone from. Brandy says, I'm good watching your videos. I'm not a YouTuber. You should still make at least a short. Just show them one day. Just make a short and say, I got my now dentures. Check them out. This is what they look like, or something. Just to get somebody on. It's hard. I just want to see more videos. So when I go into the search and I hit now denture, I'd love to see some of you guys with some videos out there, even if they were shorts. It'd be awesome. Anthony said my uppers were too far forward in my head at first. It took me a couple weeks to get them positioned in my head right. But you got it? Did you end up getting it right? And how are they fitting now? Topeka said, how long did you go toothless? 6 years here. I go to the dentist and numb me and pull, and I'd go home and pull the two next. Yeah, constant pain. So I was in constant pain for 2 years. I wasn't completely toothless, but I had broken teeth and abscess and all sorts of different stuff for like 2 straight years. And I was constantly going in and out of the emergency room and in and out of the dentist and getting my teeth pulled like crazy until it was just like it was like a hodgepodge in my mouth until finally I got all the back ones all pulled and all I had was the canine to canine on the front. And I walked around like that for about a year, and then I got the top pulled, and I made the DIY ones for that. And then when I got the bottom ones pulled, I had the now dentures. So I've never been completely toothless at any period in time. I had the DIY ones prior to the now dentures when I got each one of them pulled. Damn, everyone. Okay. Camille says, hello everyone, I just found your channel today, subscribe. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Hopefully we see a lot more here on the lives too. You can get to know everybody in here. Just a nice little place where everybody can get together and ask questions, answer questions. Any questions you have about the now dentures, you can ask me here and we'll try to get it answered for you. If Fun Size doesn't beat me to it. Because I'm always so behind. Donna says, retired floral designer. Everything is something I can remake. That's how I feel. So I have this motto that if you can do it, I can do it too. That's how I look at everything. In fact, I'm the maintenance or the building and ground supervisor at the high school, the supervisor of all custodial maintenance and grounds. And God, man, there's so much in the past. I was the maintenance guy, just the maintenance guy. I was hired in as maintenance, and all I had ever done was like at-home maintenance. And in my interview, I was like, I haven't done any industrial stuff. I really don't know what I'm doing, but I've done all my own maintenance, and I've built drones and stuff, so I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. And then in 2 years, my boss ended up leaving, and I took over his spot. And basically, I can fix anything in that building because I'll pull stuff up on YouTube and I'll watch somebody fix it, and then I just go in and do it. Like, that's just always been my motto. Like, if you can do it, I can do it. If I watch you do it once, then I'll do it the next time. You know, like, just how I am. I wish I had that motto back in high school when I played football. Maybe I'd have believed in myself enough to be a pro. No, that actually takes talent. I don't know, though, because I did, and this is documented on YouTube. So if you go back in my videos, I did make a video one time where I said, I've never played golf or anything before, and I want to learn how to do a sport just from watching YouTube videos. And so I was watching golf YouTube videos to learn how to golf, and I was going out and golfing every day. And then by the end of it, I was shooting 3 under. I don't know if anybody in here golfs, but I was shooting 3 under within a year. And I still go out and golf all the time, and I'm pretty decent. So, like, after 1 year, in my late 30s, I go out and I'm shooting 3 under within the first year. Like, if you talk to any golfer, golf is hard. It's very hard. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of going out and playing. And I just kind of got to the point where I was kind of shooting so good that I was like, I'm kind of a little bored with it. And most golf courses are super expensive, so I just fell out. But who knows? Maybe if I'd have believed in myself at 15, 16, 17, 18 in high school, like maybe I'd have been good at a sport. Maybe I could have been a professional something or other. When I was younger, I had a very defeatist attitude. Like, I was a guitar player and I was in bands and stuff. And I always thought I was going to make it as a musician, so everything else was to the wayside, and I always kept a defeatist attitude at everything but music. I was like, I'm a musician, I can't do that. I'm a musician, I can't do that. Everything that was presented to me, I'm a musician, I can't do that. Just a very defeatist attitude on everything else. And I wish I'd have learned a lot more back then. I wish I'd have been open to learning a lot more back then. So I always see people that leave comments about the now dentures. This kind of ties in with that, where people just automatically right off the bat, they're just like, I'm not talented enough to do this. You know, right off the bat. I know a lot of people like that. And I just think if you just take the time, and I get it, there are some people who just aren't talented enough. They don't have the hand-eye coordination to do certain things. But I really do believe that if you just take the time, focus, and have patience, you could learn just about anything. If I can, you can, because I ain't that smart. Lonzai says, don't forget to click the thumbs up and subscribe. I appreciate that. Just always on it. My profile picture is beautiful. My profile picture, I have a beautiful smile. I made those upper dentures from scratch. That's awesome. Make some videos, show other people how to do it. Oh, this thing. The reason I'm so far behind you guys all the time is because, like, I start to scroll down, it skips all the way down, then I have to go all the way back up. People saying, welcome to Camille. Anthony says, yeah, I got them right. It's like they were custom made for me at this point. Amazing. It is a process. 100% it's a process. But as long as you got the patience and you just do it, I mean, you'll eventually get it. Make sure that even if you don't want to make a short, or if you don't want to make a video, or if you don't want to do any of that stuff, at least make sure you go to Denture Rescue and leave a review on Denture Rescue. Because I've been trying to tell them that they need to take down all of their AI stuff that they put up to try to boost their views and stuff, and they need to solely have real people's reviews, because they can create their company off real reviews. As long as enough people go in there and do reviews, I think they'll go and take out all their AI stuff, because I think that's a little bit shady, even though it's a great product. And I stand by it 100%. That's the one thing about them that I don't like, is that website. And I think more people that just go out there and give them reviews. Brandy, Anthony, just go give them a review. King Bob, when he comes in and gets his done, I hope he told me he was going to do a review. So Donna W says, I always say I can do it. I can do it like you know who. Martha, only cheaper. And he said, I made my uppers with that cheap heat mold beads and Amazon and resin teeth. Yeah, you can only, the teeth do all seem kind of small. I did end up going into Amazon, and I found a place, I couldn't name it off the top of my head, that actually had larger teeth, and I made a couple of them with the larger teeth. They aren't as large as these ones, but they were a little bit smaller than these ones, and I really liked them. My last teeth that I had before I put the now dentures in, I liked those ones. I thought they looked really good. Anthony says, I've been wearing them for 5 weeks now. I hadn't had top teeth for over 10 years. That's awesome. How's your eating? How's your diet going now? I'd be eating everything. If I went without for 10 years, I'd be eating everything right now. Donna says, craft shows are DIY classes for me. I get that. Dent temps on broken teeth to help. It's a good idea. What I did when I would break teeth is I would, that wax that they give people for their braces, when I would break a tooth, I would get that wax and I'd put it on the broken part of the tooth just to give me like a nice soft spot on it. And then I started using the white thermal beads and just kind of filling in spots. Like, that's no fun though, because that tooth, if it's infected, it can, like, it's a hard, you could use the thermal beads and it's a hard, I'd have it like around the gum and stuff, like around the tooth and down to the gum, and then the gum would swell and it would just, like, you wouldn't be able to wear the thing over the tooth anymore. It was, ugh, I hate tooth pain. Paul says, I got some of those heat mold beads thinking I could make a tooth or two, but that didn't work out so well for me. I knew a guy who was missing one of his front teeth, and all he did is took the white heat mold beads and literally built a tooth and just popped it up in, and on the back side of it connected it to the other tooth. And it was like he had a natural tooth on one side and just this square white block on the other. It was so crazy. It looked better than without, but it was so wild looking. He was such a good guy. You never, after talking to him for a while, you never saw it because he was just one of those guys that his personality was bigger than his mouth. And he said, I'll be leaving a review. I just wanted to experience them a little while first. Awesome. Oh, this is cashews, celery, Snickers, candy bars. Nuts, beef jerky, steaks. Steaks the biggest one. I couldn't eat a steak because my teeth were so broken and stuff. And even when I finally got those DIY top ones, I still had broken bottom ones, and they just didn't match up quite right. So I still couldn't eat steaks and stuff. I was able to eat like burgers and things that you could chew into fairly easy, but I couldn't eat like anything hard. And then I got these, and it's like my diet just opened. I can eat anything and everything. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Brandy said, I will leave a review for sure. I can't eat with mine just yet, but I'm getting there. That's cool. Have you tried, what adhesives and stuff have you tried with them? Have you tried the C-Bond and stuff? Whenever I first made mine, using the C-Bond really helped. I know it gets slimy and stuff after a few hours, and you have to kind of change them out a whole lot more often, but they were a godsend for me at first before I could wear the glue. Anthony said, I'm ordering the lower denture this week. I'll let you know about eating after that. Oh, okay. I thought when you said you just got the top that you had existing bottom or something. I got you. Bottom ones are a little bit more of a struggle to make than the top ones. I think the top ones have a whole lot more to them, but the bottom ones, getting them perfect, are a little bit tougher. I think personally. But if you've got the top, you'll figure out the bottom. Donna says access teeth are the worst. Brandy said, I just had mine extracted back in January, so yeah, still kind of tender. Yeah. So, especially, I don't know why, but my top ones healed up pretty quickly. And even when they weren't healed, like, there was really not much pain in the top. The bottom ones might have been healed for over a year, and I still have trouble putting too much force right in the middle. It's like the bottom part, well, you have a really big nerve that runs all the way through here and around. So that's probably why you don't have any up here, but you have a really big one that runs right through here. That's probably why there's still a ton of feeling in the bottom. Like, there's certain parts that I can press down on, and there's like a little bit, not really a pain sensation, but more of like a sharp pressure sensation. Mostly right here. Let's see. Camille said, is it Camille? Or is it, okay, Camille Lee Eon, right? Would you be able to eat ribs? I miss ribs. Yes, I eat ribs all the time. I don't like corn on the cob. Even before I ever had my teeth pulled, before I ever had bad teeth, I always take corn on the cob and I take a knife. It's a Kansas thing, and we cut it off the cob because when you eat it, you get all that stuff stuck up in your teeth, and it sucks to be picking it out of your teeth all day. So we always saw it off the cob and then eat it out of a bowl or something. Corn off the cob and buttered is like the best corn you can get. So, but I wouldn't eat corn on the cob anyways. I just don't like there's just better ways to eat corn. Denture Fit is supposed to be a good adhesive. Yep. I haven't tried it. It's probably exactly like, I'm assuming it's just like the Polygrip, right? Is that what it's called? That thermoplastic stuff that it didn't really work for mine because mine are so perfect. Just shoved it all out the top. Or not Polygrip. Oh, I can't think of that. Easy Grip or something? I can't remember what it's called. Paul says I'm always joking about having to watch what I eat so I don't break any more teeth. My wife doesn't care for that, but I tell her I gotta laugh a little. I was doing a show one time and I was driving back from it and I stopped at a gas station and grabbed a hot dog and I bit into the hot dog and broke a tooth. Totally get it. Hot dogs should not break a tooth, but it did. Once that enamel's gone, man, it just goes. Let's see, Brandon said I watched your video on adhesives. I've used all the ones and I settled on the Polident powder. I love it. Hell yeah. I think when you first get your teeth pulled, the Polident powder and the C-Bond are the two best ones. Because if you still have open sores that are healing, the C-Bond gives you like a piece of like gentle paper between your gum and the hard acrylic or the hard plastic. Like, it just feels better. The powder it literally forms to all your creases and stuff super easy. But as long as you wear it till it's completely gone, I would think. If you have to do any cleanup off of it, I would think that would be kind of brutal because you'd risk like opening up a sore again or something, getting a dry socket. So I wouldn't want to try to clean it off. I don't think I used any glue until mine were completely healed over. I just used the C-Bond. Slimy, slimy C-Bond. Donna says being able to work with dentures to fit right is something a dentist. And it's not something that they can't do. It's something that they don't want to do. From my understanding, everything that I've read, dentists absolutely hate doing dentures. And they hate it when denture wearers have to come in over and over again and complain about their dentures not fitting right. They kind of just give up on you after a little while. Sucks. They make a whole lot of money off of a lot of other things, so to them, dentures are probably the cheapest thing that they have. So they could probably care less. Cushion grip, that was what I was thinking of. Yep. So use cushion grip. Now this thing is just not working. Keep trying to. There we go. Pam said she uses cushion grip. That's the one that I was thinking of earlier. I couldn't think of the name of it. Did you have to go to an oral surgeon for removal? No, I didn't. I just went to a dentist, and I went to like 7 different dentists, and they like quoted me way out of my price range. And then I went to this guy in town, who I told him about the experience that I had, that it was going to cost too much money, and this is my personal health, and I just want somebody to give me a break and all this sort of stuff. And he was the nicest guy in the world, and he was like, "Yeah, I can do it all for like $300," and he just pulled the rest of them. He was a lifesaver. He was a true lifesaver. Like, I will be forever in that dentist's debt. He was awesome. He also told me doing DIY dentures was the stupidest idea he'd ever heard. So, it goes both ways. Shane Himes says, I say no to this product. That's your choice. I mean, that's your choice. Not everybody's going to say yes. Not everybody's going to say no. It is what it is. All I can do is get on here and tell you what I think. I'm just a regular guy who got a product that changed my life. And I'm just trying to tell as many people about it that I can. Save as many people as much money as I can. But if you can go without, that's up to you. Let's see. That's Brandy to Paul. Topeka BC says, I'm in Kansas. Yep, same here. What about sleeping? Do you sleep with them? I don't sleep with mine in, no. I take mine out and clean them every night. I want to. I'd rather sleep with... I've gotten so used to mine that they just feel like regular teeth now. I feel so much more normal with them in. And actually take them out makes it harder to sleep. But it's not good to sleep with them in. There's too many things that could happen. So you could choke on them. You could do all... Yeah. They could get nasty if you leave them in for too long. Just take them out. Let them soak in a bath of fixidant. Or not fixidant, but... yeah, pollinate. Let it soak in a bath of that every night. And then take them out, clean them all the time. Keep them smelling good, keep them tasting good. I have a question, Bryson Minnie says, and it scrolled past and I didn't see it. Hold on, let me go back to it. I have a question, Bryson. If I just ordered the bottom, could they work with my old dentist-made upper plate? They won't match them. So your dentures were going to be made for your mouth by your dentist based on a mold of your mouth. These tops and bottoms are made for each other. I always tell people with the now dentures, the best thing to do is to just get the full set, because they work with each other. Or if you're going to get a large upper, eventually get a large lower. They're not going to fit with. I will say this though, the best thing is to just get the full set and do it that way. But I have seen people where they did. Where they bought just the top and it matched with their bottom somehow, and they love it. So you could get lucky and it could end up working. I would say in most cases it won't though, and I would hate to burst your bubble, you know. I'd hate for you to order it and waste your money. I guess you could buy it and you could take it while it's still in plastic and match it up with your lower and see if it matches at all, and see if it matches anywhere within the grooves where it would be kind of comfortable, and if it doesn't, send it back. Donna said my daughter used Seabond to cushion her mouth when playing saxophone. It's a very good idea. Paul and Brandy are having their conversation going. I keep almost reading it. Let's see. If I missed one, I'm sorry. This thing's just, I'm trying to read through the top and then it just goes. So if I miss it, just ask it again. Let's see. Paul says yes. A lot of broken. Let's see. Shannon Mine says it means I will go to actual dentist. Russell Klein online quality product. These DIY can't work for every single person. It's true, they don't work for every single person. And we just talked about Russell Klein earlier. Like we said, there's a lot of negative, a lot of positive. It just kind of depends. And I get it that they probably have more reviews altogether. It's an actual full denture instead of doing something yourself. And a lot of people would rather have somebody do something for them rather than doing their own themselves, because like we discussed all day, that a lot of people don't have faith in themselves and being able to do it themselves, and that's fine. Not everybody's a maker, and not everybody is talented enough to have good hand-to-eye coordination, so they would much rather have somebody else just do them for them. But dentures are one of those things that it's really hard, even for a professional dentist who's been doing it for a long time, to get it right. It just is. And many a dentist will tell you that. That's the only reason I think the DIY is the best way for me personally, because I can get these perfect for me, perfect. I know several other people that I've just talked to, and if there wasn't such a stigma on dentures, and there was more people who were more willing to make videos and such, then I think there would be a lot of reviews and stuff on these. But there's an added stigma. Some people just don't want to be YouTubers. They don't want to put their face out there. They don't want everybody to know that they have dentures. There's all these different social structures that come into play too. But I've heard from so many people. You would just have to take my word for it. I can't prove it. But I have heard from so many different people who are just like, they've had dentures. And they've had dentures for a long time. And they've had to go get relines and all this different stuff. And they've never had their dentures fit nearly as well as these now dentures do. So, I mean, it works for some. It doesn't work for others. It just kind of depends on you. Thomas said fell asleep in the first partial. Dreamed of eating a Frito, broke it. Topeka said, last question from me. If you, and I'm gonna try to get through the rest of this. So it's already been over 2 hours, well, 2.5 hours now. So I'm gonna try to start winding this down a little bit. So let's see. Last question for me. If you buy these on the site, how long is shipping? Are they on back orders? As far as I understand, they're not on back order right now. They were on back order for a second. You can ask people in the group how long it took. I know when we ordered King Rob's or Bob, I think they took 3 days to get there. We just had somebody else say that it took them a week for them to get theirs. Another person had told me it took 4 days to get theirs. I think it just I think it's all within a week. I've never heard anybody, except for these giveaway pair that they sent me. They told me they were going out one night, but that's not something that I ordered and paid for shipping and any of that different stuff. They could have just forgot to send them to me, and they're under no obligation to have to until I reminded them. They came in like 3 days after I reminded them, so I'm guessing that's what happened, is they just forgot to send the giveaway ones out. But that's the only one that took over a week, and that's merely, I mean, that's not an order that they're making any money off of. That's probably last priority. But I haven't heard anybody that takes longer than a week. Most people, it's been 3 to 4 days. Right, so that's probably why, but you don't have to go to a surgeon. I had one of the, okay, that's still too, okay, you guys are still talking. Dang, Donna, that's horrible. See, Pam Androsky said, I have had dentures for 47 years. They were put in immediately. I've never taken them out at night. Huh. Do you just brush them like regularly brushing teeth? How do you clean them? Or are they the snap-in dentures? Because if they were the snap-in ones, I'd probably leave them in too. Yeah, Paul, it seems like you just need yours taken out. I think your health would be so much better. So much better. I think you just need to take them out. Find somebody who will do it. The thing that sucks is when your teeth are broken, a lot of dentists want to try to scam you into, like, they have 3 different sets. They have easy, medium, and hard. Different price ranges for your teeth. And if you got like a full tooth that needs to be taken out, it's easy because they just grip it and rip it. If they have to cut into the gum and kind of get down in there and stuff, it's one of the harder ones. So what a lot of dentists will do is they'll see your mouth and see a bunch of them are broken, and they'll just put them all on the hardest one. That's what they were doing to me. They were going to charge like thousands to get them out. And that's why I went to this one dentist, and he was just like, I explained the whole thing to him, like, I can't afford to do the whole hardest thing. And he was like, oh, don't worry about it, we'll just get them. And he gave it to me at the lowest price. It was awesome. You just have to find yourself a good dentist that'll do that. Ronnie says, I hope you just get them pulled and not have to go through that. Yeah, I definitely agree. He says, I'm too tired to type. I think the weather has been bad in some places, might affect the time. That's true. I mean, when it was snowy out, it took a little bit more time. For sure. When it was snowing like crazy in Ohio, because they are from Ohio, so they get snow like crazy. that lake effect snow and stuff. So you just kind of have to take that into consideration, I would think. If anything, that's one thing that needs to be addressed, and that's one thing that I can add in the email too, is like people are concerned about the shipping, and can you at least have a set time, at least within 3 to 4 business days? I mean, Amazon has that. That's why a lot of people like going to Amazon. It's because you can get it in a certain amount of days. And it'd be nice when you're running a business if you can guarantee that it's somewhere by a certain time. And like I said, they just put their business motto out. They're a brand new company, and they just put their business motto out the last time we had a live. I read that business motto to you. You know what I mean? So they're just learning all this stuff. I think they've been making dentures and stuff for a long time, but the now dentures portion of it has never been a thing. So anyone know Bryson's discount code? It is YouTube BM. YOUTUBEBM. I think they're giving everybody an automatic $10 off at the moment, but go ahead and put it in. I know whenever I ordered Bob's, it automatically put it on, but I still put the YouTube code in, uh, just so they know it came from this direction. Oh man, everybody's got it in now. If you click fund size link, yep, that's the perfect way to do it. I did a hospital dental clinic. They have dental clinics at a hospital. It'd be nice if you could go to the emergency room and they'd pull teeth. That would be the best. They need to start doing that. Paul says, I'm actually anticipating it like Christmas morning. I'm excited for you, man. I really am. A new guy, a new one trying it. Let us know how it goes. I mean, it's awesome. And Topeka, you too, let us know how it goes. And if you guys do end up ordering them anytime soon and you want to give your giveaway to somebody else, your entry into the giveaway, if you want to like attach it to somebody else, you can give somebody your entry. So you can say, hey, I don't, say Topeka, if you've went over on the video and entered into the giveaway, you can say, hey, instead of me, put it on Paul or something like that. You know what I mean? So you can always give your giveaway away, your giveaway entry away. That's why I'm not typing a lot. Yeah, I can tell fun size. I'm pretty. I'm getting there. I think we've been on for an hour and a half, 2 hours and a half, 2.5 hours. Blah, blah, blah. See, I can't even talk. I take them out and brush it. Okay, gotcha, Pam. That makes sense. If you order from Rescue Dental Rescue, it's dentalrescue.com, the website. You don't have to put in the code. Yep, that's what I thought. It automatically goes in. That's what somebody else told me whenever they went. But it's good to put in the code because then they know that it comes from here. I'm gonna ask them for some sort of statistics because I'd like to share with you guys how many have been sold from that 215,000 view video. I'd like to know, at least from this channel, people who have used the website or put in the code. I'd like to know. I think it's something that would be cool to see. Heck yeah. Yeah, just Topeka, if you do end up ordering, just go on that video and put whoever you want to give it away to, or you can hold off. Maybe you can next Saturday if you want to say who to give your giveaway thing to, whatever you want to do. Donna says she'll be ordering hers next month. My daughter's getting tired of when I get mine. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. it's so cool to see people on here that, you know, start out without and then get excited to get them, and especially the ones like Brandy and uh, oh, who was the other one that was on here that already have them, that have had success with them. I love that. That's one of my favorite things on here. Thank you, Bryson, for all that you do. Hope all have an awesome night. Oh, thank you. Fun size says good night, Brandy. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to slowly get these read. Just ordered. Topeka just put his order in. Awesome. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Well, I'm going to wind down. Guys, it's been 2.5 hours. I usually only try to stay on here for about 2 hours, so I really appreciate that tonight. Guys, let me see where we're at real quick. That way I can kind of show you. Almost to 10,000 views. You guys have been awesome. Share the videos around as much as you can. Once it hits 10,000 subscribers, then it opens up a whole new algorithm. So that's it's amazing, and it's all because of you guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Let me know how it goes with you guys that have them or have ordered them. Next Saturday we'll be on right at the same time that we are every single Saturday. Like I said before, whenever I get off of here, I usually leave this running for a little while. That way you guys can kind of say goodbye to each other. If you guys need to finish any conversations or anything like that, you can. Again, got a bunch of new members today. We've got a few super chats that came in today. All of that's going for Fun Size Ladies set of dentures that we're going to get her as a community. So anytime that you do a super chat or become a member or donate to the Cash App, all that gets put into a pot, and that is part of our community giveaway, which is separate from the Denture Rescue giveaway. The two get on that giveaway. This is a community giveaway where we all get together and give somebody deserving a pair of dentures. And it's one of those things that Fun Size has been here since day one, and she's been on here answering questions, just beating me to the punch, constantly sharing the website, constantly telling people to like and subscribe. Became the first member when the new memberships and stuff came open, and she's just been awesome. She's been a ton of help. And like I told her before, if I had the money on this end, I would pay her to help me with tech, because she's been super helpful. Whenever I ask tech questions and stuff, she knows exactly where to go. So after last weekend, King Rob got on and he said, "You'd be crazy if you don't do Fun Size Lady." And I was like, that's exactly who I was thinking of. So there you go. That's who we're going to be raising money for, and we've already got that started today. We have gotten it started. There's several of you guys who have donated money already, so feel free to. And everybody out there, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to everybody next Saturday. Let me look down here real quick just to see if anybody's asked anything. Pat, I think the Blue and Bite concept is awesome too. So anyways, I'll leave this on in case you guys want to finish up any conversations or anything like that. But anyways, have a great rest of your week, rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys next Saturday. All right, let me get this thing going. And we'll see you guys later. Have a good one.